Good afternoon. My name is Naisha Braggs. I currently attend Chattahoochee Technical College, where I'm striving to get my associate's degree in early childhood education. This assignment is for my ECCE 2202 Social Issues and Family Involvement course. Today is September 3rd, and I'd like to talk to you about students who have been adopted and what we as educators can do to create a flexible, safe, and inclusive environment. I'll be using two peer review articles. The first one is Enhancing Adoption Competency for Social Work Classroom, Teaching Approaches and Activities. The second one is Supporting Immigrant, Intercountry, Adopted, and Refugee Students in Music Classrooms with Cultural Relevance and Responsive Approaches. And the last is an article called What Teachers Should Know About Adoption. First and foremost, children and youth can be adopted at any age, but 5 years old through the public welfare system turns out to be the most common. The other ways that children and youth can be adopted is through private domestic adoptions. A step parent or a family member can step in and adopt that child with no presence of a private agency. There's intercountry adoptions. There's public adoptions through welfare. Why is it important for educators to know the following information? Well, number one, we may have a student that is adopted, and we have to understand that before and after is a really sensitive, tough time for students who are getting adopted. And it should help us fixate more on the why opposed to any challenging behavior that may arise, because it's a vulnerable time for them. Being more committed to creating an inclusive environment. Do I have books that are related to adoption? Do I have visuals that make it okay for children to ask about adoptions? All of these things create an inclusive environment. The peer review article Supporting Immigrant, Intercountry, Adopted, and Refugee Students is a great story and point where there was a music teacher that goes by the name of Kang who was asked to put on a recital in a predominantly Korean environment. When it was brought to his attention, he had students that were intercountry adopted from China. He not only incorporated Chinese instruments, but he added some Chinese songs. And with that, he was able to see the school and the community come together to create an inclusive environment. I absolutely love that. Making a mental note. Am I assigning family tree projects or children biological projects where they would have to ask their family members in order to participate and get a grade? Let's revamp some things and change some things up so that everyone is feeling included. Understanding the resources as well. There's plenty of resources in the Department of Education, the National Education Association, the National Child Traumatic Stress Network. These are all resources, but the number one resource I would ask every educator to utilize is a parent. Work as a team to create an environment that fosters the love and support that they're getting from their new family so that the transition from school and home to school can be as seamless as possible. And also acknowledging there's some mental health that definitely comes along with being adopted that can possibly create emotional issues that are pretty common, such as identity, attachment, belonging issues. Even the peer review article, Enhancing Adoption Competency for the Social Work Classroom, points out there's 18 critical mental competencies that all teachers and educators should have. But the 5 they want everyone to pay attention to is acknowledging that it's different parenting an adopted child or birth. There's loss and grief that comes with adoption. There is confidence, a lack thereof confidence of a child feeling comfortable enough to ask about their cultural upbringing, and also understanding the history of adoption. It's really, really important. That way we don't make assumptions. In order to create a safe environment, we have to make sure we are maintaining confidentiality. Children can be sensitive for the fact that they are getting adopted. So I'd like to reiterate the key 3 takeaways: inclusivity, creating a safe space, and being flexible. Thank you so much for your time, your consideration, and I hope I was able to plant the seed. Thank you so much.